Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today this is going to be my SAS wish list for winter of 2018. So I'm going to have them all broken down into tester candles on one piece of paper, 3 oaks on the other, and then hand soaps on the other. So I guess what I'm going to start first, sorry, I need to, oh man. I wish I wouldn't have started now because I really want to watch her video now, but that's okay. It's Sasha Isms just uploaded a new video, and every time I get the notification, I get super happy because I just love her videos. Um, but bringing it back in, so SAS of 20 winter, I should say, winter SAS of 2018. The big thing I'm going for is tester candles. I guess I'll go ahead and start with like an explanation before I get into what I want. Tester candles are perfect in my opinion. They're usually $3 plus you have a 10 off of 40. I mean, you cannot beat that. And sometimes if you look for older scents and you know that they're older, like let's say you magically happen to come across a, this is very, very, very unlikely, but let's say you come across an apple garland from 2012 that has, let's say you find one of those. Those should be bringing up at least 75% off, if not be like one of those magic things that show up for like 18 cents or something crazy like some people used to be able to find. But um, just look for older scents too. But I mean, test candles are perfect to keep in your collection. If you collect candles, like have a little no burn stash, like I do, tester candles are perfect because they take up a lot less space than a 3 wick and they're smaller. I'd rather hoard something that's 4 ounces over something that's 14 and a half ounces. You can enjoy your 14 and a half ounces while keeping a hold of the 4 ounces. And they smell exactly the same, so there's no reason to use up the 4 ounces and not enjoy the 14 and a half ounces. Whether that be through burning it or chopping it up, that's not the point. It's, you can enjoy the bigger quantity while, hoarding onto and enjoying the smaller quantity. It just makes more sense to do it like that, in my opinion. Do it whatever you want. I mean, that's your money. You spend how you want to, but for me, that's the best way for me to do it, at least. So if I find a tester candle, something I already have in my collection, I will most likely be picking it up just so I can move my 3 wick out of my collection. Um, Another thing about tester candles is I know very few people who have actual good luck with them. Lindsay Loves is the only person who comes to mind that she has like flawless burn and performance from those candles. Um, the only two tester candles I've ever burned, they were, very puny wick. They would not evenly pool out. And this is like first, second burn. So, I mean, if you only burn candles, I can see how not burning a tester candle would be like, I don't want to buy that because it's just not going to burn right. But if you have that scent in your collection, I mean, you may as well go ahead and just move your 3 wick out and burn that and then keep the 4 ouncer. Um, I guess that's all I have for tester candles, I guess. 3 wicks, I mean, not much else to say about that. I love chopping up my 3 wicks. They last so much longer. When you chop up a candle, though, you do need to have polypropylene bags, or you can put it back in like a glass jar, like mason jars, or even back into the candle jar. It's just a lot of the times the pieces will not fit back evenly in one jar. My apologies, excuse me. So sometimes you might have to use 2 empty candle jars, which I mean, I just do polypropylene bags. I get mine from L3 Waxy Wonders. She's like one of my favorite vendors. Her wax throws amazing. And it lasts, a decent while too. I mean, it doesn't like last 6 hours and then dud out. I mean, it's not weak by any means. But it also isn't one of those things that lasts, for 24, 48 hours or anything crazy like that. But it throws like crazy. It's strong. Its strength is what's really mind blowing. But she also sells bakery bags, which are polypropylene lined, which are food and wax safe. Specifically for wax is what I use them for. And for a pack of 10 of the large ones, it's $3.33. So, or not 33, $3.30 rather. So it's not necessarily the best deal in the whole world, but I don't know where else to get those from, and it's a good enough deal for me at least. She also does like I don't know if she still does 6x6 bags or if she ever did those, but I know she has like 5x5, 5x5, 4x4, 3x3, and 2x2 bags, or maybe not 2x2. I might. just made that up, but I know for sure she goes to at least 3x3, and she has those ones in sections of 5 and then 100. So that's where I get my polypropylene bags from and my bakery bags from. So I mean, it's definitely worth getting there. Try some of her wax too if you're into wax and not just candles as well. Um, yeah, and then hand soap. I mean, I love Bath and Body Works hand soap. I'm just messing with the paper. I love Bath and Body Works hand soap. The best formula I've ever tried is the one with olive oil in it, like Spring Garden, Fresh Picked Cherries. I believe is in that as well. Um, Perfectly Pear, I believe, is maybe another one in that whole thing. Something Pear, I know, is in that collection. Um, Linen Lavender, I believe, was also in that collection. That was, that's the most, and it's actually moisturizing to my skin. So that's my favorite one. Next after that is probably gonna have to be um, Nourishing formula. It's also pretty good. Doesn't dry my hands out at all. After that, it's gonna be Creamy Lux, which is slightly drying, not very much though. Then Deep Cleansing, which is just about the same as Creamy Lux, except I'm just not always into the whole beads thing. It just kind of feels weird sometimes, so I just kind of skip those most of the time. But my least favorite is the Gentle Foaming. But sadly, that just seems to be like their favorite, and sometimes they'll only release the hand soap in Gentle Foaming packaging, so you don't really have a choice if you want the scent. But I mean, they're all right. It's just those ones do tend to be a little bit more drying. So I've rambled on long enough. I'm going to go ahead and get into the SAS wish list, starting with tester candles, moving into 3 wicks, and then I'll do the hand soaps, and then I'll end the video because I don't really have a whole lot to say. Make sure you use gift cards, or I will do some tips for SAS as well, I guess. The first one being SAS, the winter one, is always December 26th, the day after Christmas. So if you want to be smart about it, ask for gift cards for Christmas to Bath and Body Works. I mean, it's just easier to and some people don't like doing gift cards. I know a lot of people though, that's just easier for them, I guess. I always ask for gift cards if I'm ever asked, or I tend to ask for gift cards, or I tend to ask for like chocolates, because I tend to not want to buy like chocolate or candy on myself, like the fancy kind of like Lindt. The white citrus ones, those are my favorite from Lindt, or the Ghirardelli, the sea salt, the dark chocolate, sea salt caramel, dark chocolate, raspberry, those types of things. Because I mean, other than that, I mean, clothing is a lot harder to get for people, in my opinion, I guess. So I just tend to either get people like a more personalized gift or a gift card, or if I know it's something that they like and they will actually use, I just get them that as well. Sometimes I do like a little mix of things, I guess. Um, but in general, getting back to the whole SAS theme, ask for gift cards if people do gift cards, or they're not like one into like actually shopping for people. It's not that it's not actually shopping. I mean, gift cards are one of the best gifts you can give someone, because um it allows them to choose what they want, I guess, instead of like you giving them something specific. Also, getting back to me, I love blankets, so I also ask for blankets sometimes. I have the philosophy you can never have A, too many blankets, and B, too many pillows. Bringing it back in though, just ask for Bath and Body Works gift cards for SAS, or for Christmas to use then for SAS. Also, if you have like a birthday around this time, me personally, I have one in September, so I asked for a gift card, and I wasn't smart about it this year, and I just used it. But I think next year, I think what I'm gonna start doing is like anytime anyone asks me like what I want for my birthday or Christmas or whatever, I honestly think I'm just gonna like say SAS, especially for my birthday or whatever. I think I'm just gonna say like a Bath and Body Works gift card would just be perfectly fine. Or blankets or chocolates. Those will be like my three things I usually will start telling people now specifically, because my birthday is in September, so I'll hold on to those little gift cards. You better believe it, until Candle Day, and then use it then. But for Christmas, I'll save them and use them up for SAS. That's at the very least my plan. That way you don't have to pay as much out of pocket, or sometimes even at all. I mean, if you're not one of those people who goes crazy during the big sales like I do, um, I mean, that could just be like your whole SAS thing. You don't got to worry about it. But for me, someone who loves home fragrance, candles, hand soaps, I mean, as you're about to see by the list, I mean, gift cards definitely help. Um, Also, make sure you have your coupons ready when you walk in the store. Make sure you have a game plan. Don't be walking up in there and, oh, I'm just going to go out, I'm going to smell everything. I'm going to smell this, I'm going to smell that. I'm just going to kind of go in without a plan, because that's how you walk out with stuff. Either you walk out with like $200 to $500 more than what you're going to want to spend. Some people are like that. Me personally, I always have a plan before I go in. Like candle day, as you may have seen from my video, then my candle day wish list, I think is what I called the video. I had a plan for candle day, and I pretty much stuck to it, except for the ones that they didn't have for candle day. So I mean, you just have to know what you want to get and then go in there. Or at the very least, have a general idea of the basic stuff you for sure want to get. And then maybe have, okay, well, I'm going to spend, my transaction. And again, getting back to the coupons, they usually do almost always have an email coupon for 10 off of 40. Other than that, make sure you're using a grace period if they have that. All stores should honor the 3-day grace period, 3 days before and 3 days after. A lot of people forget about the 3 days before thing. I just don't tend to do 3 days before. And those really only kind of work with the mailer coupons, because I mean, if you get a coupon, in your email, it's not like you can use that 3 days before. The only coupons that don't apply to that, I believe, are the flash sale coupons, which are like the recently like the $2.95 room sprays. Those don't qualify within the 3-day grace period, because that is a flash sale for a very specific item. Um, but if they have like a $2.95 sale or whatever, plain, like you don't have to use the email barcode, and you have a 20% off or whatever with the 3-day grace period, then you can use it. I'm not talking about, you have to do the barcode and a code, because those tend to not work. Some stores will override it and will let you, but just don't expect it, because I don't think they're supposed to for that specifically. If they do, great. If not, that's probably why I don't think they're supposed to. But like for candle day, there was the $8.95 candles, and they had 20% off with the grace period. Thankfully, I had like 3 15 off of 40s, from one for me and 2 from family members, that I was able to use, as well as get 2 free items. But just keep in mind, there is a 3-day grace period. If you're like me, if I didn't have any problems, my stores already knew. I called ahead, and they're like, yeah, of course. I mean, we honor the 3-day grace period like we're supposed to. Um, some stores will try and fight you on it. Just tell them that, this is company policy, and if they try and give you issues for it, maybe sometimes a lot of people don't like having to call customer service or call them in the store. But I mean, if they're trying to like not follow the policy with something like letting you use your coupons within the 3-day grace period, they need to be doing that. So I recommend doing it personally. But and I've had to do it before. Not recently though, but I've had to do it before in the past with them not honoring the 3-day grace period. But they are supposed to. It's company policy. Every time I've called customer service or had to email them, I've gotten the same response. Yes, it is 3 days before and 3 days after the coupon. Recently though, the most recent one, I just asked to be sure. Um, it does say that the email barcode coupons are not included with the 3-day grace period. So just letting you know that any other coupon is. So if for whatever reason they choose not to do a 10 off of 40 for the first day of whatever of SAS, if they have a 20% off, or I doubt it, but a 10 off of 30 within the grace period, just use those. I mean, if it's within 3 days of the grace period, you can use those coupons. Any other tips? Dig through the drawers. If you're only going for body care, dig through those little buckets. If you're going for candles, open up the little candle cabinets. There's nothing saying you can't. I've even had associates say, yeah, I mean, we'll look there for you too, but I mean, if you want to look, that's fine. So, I mean, I've looked myself plenty of times to find things, and I've tended to find things that weren't out on the floor that I was looking for. So, I mean, I think you should do it. I mean, if you're someone who gets embarrassed or whatever by that, I mean, that's, it's up to you. But me personally, I have no issues going through those baskets and little drawers looking for candles that I want. So look through those, dig through the bins, look behind candles, because sometimes either the associates or people in there before you will hide stuff and then come back later to get it. So, and most often times, I don't think it's the associates. I think it's just people. But I mean, I wouldn't put it past some associates to do something like that. But regardless, getting back to the point, I guess that's all I have for SAS tips. I mean, get there when they open. Shop the SAS multiple times. Don't just go the first day and expect to get everything on your list. Sometimes, and every store is different, so hit up multiple stores. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to my White Barn Combo store, and I'm going to go to my outlet store. White Barn Combo store, because it's a lot bigger, they're going to have, a lot more space to put things up. And then the outlet store is quite smaller. Not like tiny, tiny small. Definitely not the smallest Bath and Body Works I've been into, but they're not big by any means. They're just they just tend to get like older, rare type scents that I would want. So I'm gonna go to that one as well. So, I mean, go to multiple stores. Don't just shop SAS the first day. Go back, especially towards the end of the sale, because especially for body care, sometimes stuff will just be 50% off the whole sale, and sometimes the very last week, 75% off. So keep that in mind. Always keep your receipts, especially if you buy something that's 50% off, because odds are it will go 75% off later, and you can do a price adjustment within 2 weeks of the purchase. So if you buy something January 1st, let's say, you can get a price adjustment anytime between January 2nd, I guess, and between January 15th. So keep that in mind. Make sure you keep your receipts just in case something does go 75% off, and you can get more money back for yourself to either go shopping or to keep for yourself. What else? Be sure to get there when your store's open, especially on the first day of SAS, especially if it's going to be something like Candle Day, where even if you get there 30 minutes before, there's already a small line. So you definitely get there early. I hope it's not going to be like Candle Day. I hope it kind of remains a little more hush-hush, but I plan to be there pretty early compared to when it starts. So there's that. So, I mean, I guess that's all the tips I have. So now that we're almost 17 minutes into my whole advice spiel, I'll actually get into the things that I want to get. So we'll start with the tester handles. It's on this whole little piece of paper. So there you go. I'm going to read it from behind here, just so it's easier to see. That way I don't have to read it through my phone. So the tester handles, I have it broken up into a few different parts. So this one is going to be as many as I can find. I'm going to pick them up. So we'll start with that. As many as I can find of funnel cake, which is my favorite candle of all time, kitchen spice, summertime soda pop, and grapefruit gin fizz, as well as lavender macaron, white pumpkin, avocado coconut, juniper breeze, and 1,000 wishes. I'll read it again. Funnel cake, kitchen spice, summertime soda pop, grapefruit gin fizz, lavender macaron, white pumpkin, avocado coconut, juniper breeze, and 1,000 wishes. These are all tester handles. These aren't quite to the 3 wicks yet. And sometimes I'll be getting tester handles as well as getting a 3 wick. It's just that way. I want a tester handle for my collection usually, and I want, some 3 wicks to be able to chop up or burn, whatever. You get the point by now. So now we'll go on to the ones I want at least one of, because a lot of these I have a 3 wick in my collection. I want to move my 3 wick out of my collection and put the tester handle there, but I'm also willing to get more than just the one. So at least one of each: blueberry sugar, white mint latte, spiced apple toddy, comfort vanilla patchouli, relax lavender cedarwood, recharge sage and mint, energy orange and ginger, caramel apple, and beach sage and mint. Now we'll move on to the ones I only want really one of. I might get more than one. I mean, again, this is all subject to change, especially, I'll do an updated version, on Christmas Eve day. So awkward to say, but this is what it's looking like, as at least of right now. And then it'll be more specific, like 1 to 5 is, I'll give like a cutoff point for a lot of these. So the ones I want really only one of, mostly because I have a 3 wick in my collection, I want to move it out, is Frozen Lake, Campfire Donut, First Frost. First Frost is just a repackage of Peppered Suede, and I want to move my Peppered Suede out of my collection and put the little tester candle in there. Merry Mimosa, Black Cherry Merlot, Twisted Peppermint, Magic in the Air, Pistachio Ice Cream, Apple Garland, and Watermelon Lemonade. Now, Apple Garland is one that I would consider I even think I have it on my list to get 1 or 2 of. But I don't love that scent. But I'd like to at least have a tester handle to be able to compare it to future scents. To me, it's fairly similar to Autumn, but it doesn't have that fig note in it, and the eucalyptus is toned down, and it also had a tree note added to it. I haven't spent a whole lot of time, so I don't know if it's like a repackage, like with a twist of like evergreen with autumn or fresh balsam mixed with autumn or anything like that. Just from what I remember, it does have an apple note. It's just pretty subdued, and it does have like a green tree note in it as well. So, I mean, it was okay. I love the packaging of the 3-wick too. So, I love cardinals anyway. So, I mean, that'd probably be the reason I pick at least a 3-wick up. But apple garland tester candle, just compared to other scents in the future. So the ones I want multiples of, very specific numbers of, is sometimes sometimes tester candles and wallflowers go wide, but a 3-wick doesn't, or sometimes a 3-wick just never comes out in a fragrance. So these are like very specific numbers, and I'll tell you why. So 11 frosted cake pops, 1 to put into my collection, and then 10 to chop up, because each of those are 4 ounces. So it's gonna be like, I don't know, that's at least 2 candles worth. So, I mean, that's about like 2.5 candles, give or take a little bit. A frosted cake pop, so I want 11 specifically. At least 7 White Barn number 1. I'll definitely get 3X if I can find it. This one is very doubtful I'll find any, because I don't think it came out in a wallflower this year, but a guy can dream. 6 sugared snickerdoodles. I didn't really particularly like it enough to get it in a 3-wick, so I might just get like 1 3-wick. I have it listed on here for, spoiler alert, on the 3-wicks list. I have it on here, I believe, to get like maybe 1 or 2 of. I don't think I do. I think I took it off on the list pretty early on, so never mind. But I mean, I might just get 1 of those, and then like a 1 3-wick, and then get 1 tester candle maybe. I just don't know for sure yet, but I mean, 6 would like be the max for that one. It's similar but not the same in my opinion to pumpkin pecan waffles. It definitely shares a very similar base to it. It's just a tinge different if you ask me. For winter rose, I love floral scents, especially rose. It's an okay floral scent. It's nice. But it's not one that I would even particularly buy in like a 3-wick form. I mean, 4 of them is give or take about 1 candle, a little bit over 1 candle, but 1 would go in my collection, so it'd be like just under 1 3-wick, having 3 of them to chop up. So there's that. And then no more than like 14 pumpkin donut shop, because I love the fragrance itself, but I already have a 3-wick. I would want at least 1 though to be able to move it out of my collection, and keep the little tester candle. But I do love the fragrance enough to definitely stock up. And I'll get 3-wicks if it's available, but considering it was an online only, I don't think I will. So that I'll definitely, but there's definitely a cutoff for that. So 14 pumpkin donut shop. And then the ones I have under maybes, which is just like 1 of each. These are the ones like if nothing else is available, I'll get just so I can either A, have it in my collection. Yeah, that's literally all these ones. I don't have any 3-wick of them in my collection. And sometimes they're for good reasons, and sometimes it's just because I know they're going to be out and I just never feel the need to pick them up. So the maybes on the list are 24 karat gold. It smells like the gold dial soap. Not really too much a fan of that fragrance, but to have a candle, little tester candle in it for my collection, I can be okay with that. Pumpkin apple, I love pumpkin apple. I prefer Bath and Body Works pumpkin apple over apple pumpkin. I believe they just switched the name around from Yankee Candle. That one just got a little bit too much spice to it. Pumpkin apple from Bath and Body Works definitely is more prominent on the pumpkin, or apple, my apologies, not on the pumpkin. There isn't really a whole bunch of pumpkin in that one, but it definitely does have a little bit of a spice note in there. Vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, I do love the fragrance. I just like pumpkin marshmallow cream from Better Homes and Gardens a lot more. They are definitely different. I can't even say it's a dupe for it, because there are definite differences between the candles. So there's that. Vanilla Bean Noel, I mean, they always bring that one back, so I never feel the need to get it. But just to have one in my collection would be nice. And then Cranberry Woods, I love that candle. If I can find 3-wicks, I'd probably pick 2 up. But I do have a tester candle on the list for just in case. So that's the very end of the tester candles on the wish list. No back, so there's that. Now I'll move on to the 3-wicks, which I will show you here. not as long, and I did a little bit differently than these, but this one doesn't have any order. Like, I'm not going to do all the ones I want, like 3 of first, or 2 of, or 1 of. Like, it's just going to be a little bit more jumbled up. So I'll go and start with 4 of the Comfort Vanilla Patchouli. Love that candle. I want to have a decent little backstock of it. That's the one I'm going to be getting most of for in terms of 3-wicks. And again, this isn't set in stone. A lot of these are probably going to get bumped down, either like A, taken off the list, or B, are going to be taken down like quite a few. This is just like a wish list, like what I would like to get. But come not Candle Day Eve, good night, Christmas Eve, I'm going to refine the list and I'll give you a more updated video on it. And even then, it's probably going to change from what I actually purchased. But so for the 3-wicks, 4 of the Comfort Vanilla Patchoulis, 3 Banana Split Milkshake, because I hear that whole collection is going to be coming back for SAS. The whole, like, Banana Split Milkshake, Summertime Soda Pop, Watermelon Lemonade, and the Margarita. I missed, like, Coconut Water, which I did not like at all, so I'm not even interested in that. But 3 more Banana Split Milkshake. I have 1 that I can chop up whenever I want now, but I'd like to have 3 more. 3 Summertime Soda Pop. I never picked any of it up when it originally came out, and I'm kicking myself for that now. And there weren't any available for Good Night, Candle Day. Or I would have picked some up then as well, but there just wasn't. So one of those would probably be going in my collection unless I can find a tester candle. But if not, I mean, it smelled like Orange Crush soda. That's why I didn't really pick it up, because I don't like orange soda flavor. When I do drink a soda, I want it to be like an RC Cola. That's like one of my favorites. Mountain Dew, Pepsi. I'm not really into orange or fruit flavored sodas unless it's like a cherry Coke, cherry vanilla Coke. Other than that, you have to pass. But and I don't drink soda very often, but when I do, I want it to be something good. Sorry, I'm just not an Orange Crush. Big Red, I cannot stand. Root beer, cannot stand. The smell of the root beer candle is pretty gross. It smells like wintergreen mints, but I mean, if I could ever find I don't think they even did a wallflower in it this time, but if I ever find a tester candle in it, I might pick that up. But well, there's that. So 2 Magic in the Air. I have a conspiracy theory about this one. I'll make it very short and simple. I feel like they're going to get rid of Magic in the Air, because this year was the first year that I have seen it become a part of any of the regular sales. Even on Candle Day last year, I was told that it wasn't going to be a part of the sale. Now this year, they just didn't have any in stock, or like at all. Like, I even asked them to check in the back and they found nothing. So, and they still don't have it in the one I went to for Candle Day. So I mean, I have a feeling that they're going to try and get rid of that scent, and then In the Stars is going to be replacing it. That's just what I feel personally. I don't know why, but considering it finally became a part, like the regular sales, like the $12.95 sales, I feel like they're trying to get rid of it, or they're going to get rid of it very soon. And I don't know for sure. I'm not saying it's like set in stone for sure going to happen. That's just what I felt was going to happen. So take it with a grain of salt, but I do feel like they're going to be getting rid of Magic in the Air soon. And I only have 1 that I burnt a little bit, and then 1 in my collection. So I want to get 2 more of the 3-wicks and like 1 tester candle so I can move my 3-wick out of my collection and have, and that'll last me a while because I love the fragrance. I'm not obsessed with it like I am like the Comfort or the Relax or Banana Split Milkshake, those types of scents. But in terms of like a body care candle, it's pretty good, and I do love the body care as well. 1 Spiced Apple Toddy, because I already have 1 in my collection, the cute little reindeer packaging, which I will be repurposing as soon as I can get a tester candle to move it out of my collection. But you know, having another 3-wick would never hurt. I like Spiced Apple Toddy over leaves. You know, some people say that Spiced Apple Toddy is just watered down leaves. I have to severely disagree. To me, Spiced Apple Toddy does have that brandy note, which is very noticeable. I do feel like they do share the same apple note, but it also doesn't have that warm, outdoorsy type feel that leaves can have that I don't appreciate while it's burning. That's why I don't pick up leaves, because I don't like the way it smells burning or even like melting in a warmer. So, but Spiced Apple Toddy is a lot better in my opinion. So there's that. 3 of the Love Rose Vanilla. That's another one. I feel like it's gonna be the Recharge Sage and Mint. They're gonna have it, and then it's gonna be gone after this season. Either that's gonna happen, or they're gonna replace like Relax Lavender Cedarwood, Happiness, Energy, or the Comfort with that candle, because that one and Stress Relief are the ones that are like really, you know, taking up a lot of space in the store closest to me, the White Barn Combo store. So that's why I haven't picked up any recently. I did pick up 4 for Candle Day, but after I get 3 more, since they don't have a tester candle in it, I can't like move my through out of my collection or anything. So I mean, I want like 3 more just to like have a backstock of it, just in case it does be like recharge stage event where they have it and then it's gone. So there's that. One Mary Mimosa. I like the candle a lot. I've never been able to smell it by Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit, but from what I remember, there are slight differences between them. But again, that was just like in a passing smell. So I'd have to re-smell them side by side to give a more like detailed comparison. But from the one really quick sniff I had of them side by side, they aren't the exact same, but they are very similar. 2 Pumpkin Vanilla, which is just pumpkin pie. I doubt I'm going to be able to find any, but if I do, I will definitely be picking them up. 2 Pistachio Ice Cream. I've never picked it up before, and that's because it's not my favorite pistachio scent. To me, it doesn't smell like pistachio. It smells like bride's cake ice cream minus the cake feel. And I feel like if I like melted like frosted cake pops, red velvet cupcake with it, I feel like I could get a very similar feel to it. So I like it. It's a good almond ice cream scent, but it's not pistachio ice cream. Pistachio is a very specific smell, which sometimes can smell like cherry slash almond extract, but pistachio itself has a very specific smell and it doesn't have that pistachio smell that I love. So that's why. 2 red velvet cupcake. I like the fragrance. I like it just a hint more than frosted cupcake, which I do feel like there is a difference between them, although very very slight. I do get a hint of like a cocoa powder note in the frost or the red velvet cupcake, which is not present in frosted cupcake. But I mean, more or less, they're like 90-95% the same. But I do appreciate that added little bit of chocolatiness to it. So 2 more of those, 2 more of the relaxed lavender cedarwood, 2 more watermelon lemonade, and those will be exchanged if the whole, like, I'm calling it the Sweet Shop 3.0 collection. We don't talk about the one from fall, but it's gorgeous packaging. I love it. You know, it's got like key lime pies. This is all testing. It's not out yet, but I'm hoping this whole collection passes. Excuse me, I have to cough. Oh, sorry, my throat was getting very dry. My apologies. It's got like key lime pies testing again, which is just a key lime cupcake from what I hear. Can't confirm, never smelled either. Pink Bell tea cake, cannot wait. Would love to be able to pick some through except in that. Angel food cupcake, which I have a feeling is going to either A, be frosted cake pops, or B, be frosted cupcake. But I feel like it's going to be more like frosted cake pops because it has like some cherry whipped cream or something in the notes. So there's that. But I want to smell that one because I feel like that's pretty interesting. Then there's like watermelon lemonade, which is just boring repackaged. But I mean, the label is gorgeous, so I definitely want 2 of those. So I'm gonna get 2 of the watermelon lemonades and just exchange them for that packaging specifically. 2 Yuletide. It was okay. I mean, there just wasn't any available for Candle Day. I probably would have picked at least one up then, but it's a nice scent. So if it ever comes back in stock for like SAS, I'll definitely pick some up. 2 Endless Weekend. That candle is so amazing. Perfect summery spring candle. So I have 2 of those on my list. 2, and this I have to get in this specific packaging or I'm not going to pick up 2. I still might pick up 1, but I mean, it probably. And do I have Island Margarita on here? So I need to put an in tester candle. And if I haven't said Island Margarita, I want just 1. I don't want more, but because I already have a 3-wick of it in my collection, I want to move that out. So I need to put Island Margarita on here as well. But 2 of the White Barn colored glass. It's a green jar in Island Margarita. If I can't get it in that pretty packaging, I don't really like the whole packaging it's in with the whole Fiesta collection. If Prickly Pear and Sugar Cane comes back, that's definitely going to be on the list. What else could be added back on the list? Like Mocha Latte Swirl, I've wanted to smell that one for a while because I hate Paris Cafe, so I'd like to be able to smell that one. But getting back to the whole Island Margarita, it has to be in that White Barn packaging for me to pick up 2. But moving along, the last 2 candles is the White Gardenia and the Rosewater and Ivy. They're in the same collection, and they both have to be in this collection. Otherwise, I'm just not going to get it because these ones I would be getting mostly for the packaging. Excuse me. I do like White Gardenia / Rainforest Gardenia. They're the exact same candle. But that packaging is what's really going to sell me on that one, so I definitely want to get those. And they're in like the apothecary jars that the Aromatherapy collection used to be in. and they have beautiful, flower printed labels. And they look like Avon candles to me personally, but I like the look of them, so those are on my list. So that's all of the 3-wicks. Now keep in mind, I'm not gonna be able to get all of these tester candles and all of these. This is just like the wish list, and again, I'm gonna refine it. Christmas Eve day. So obnoxious to say, but I'm gonna refine it. Shorten the list and be more specific about the list when it comes to that. So now all I have left is hand soap. So these would probably be like the first ones to get kind of cut from the list. Not completely, of course, but definitely cut down a few. 2 more of the Merry Cookie and the Gentle Foaming packaging, because they only did Gentle Foaming this time. 6 lemon buttercream. Love, love, love that hand soap. It actually smells like lemon and vanilla, not Fruit Loops. So I love that. And it only counts in Gentle Foaming, sadly, but the packaging is gorgeous. So 6 more of those. 2 spiced apple toddy and creamy Lux. I don't remember specifically if it did, but I do think it is available in creamy Lux formula. I would love that as like a fall hand soap. Now, I'm not a seasonal burner or melter, but I am very seasonal with my hand soaps. I'm not gonna be putting a spring garden hand soap in like right now in the dead of winter, like absolutely not. And I also wouldn't be putting like, I guess Merry Cookie is more of a year-round scent. So let me think of a better example, like spiced apple toddy. I'm not gonna do in like the dead of spring or anything like that. Like that's too much for me. So I am very seasonal with my hand soaps, just not with my fragrances, like home fragrance. And if you can hear my dog being so rude, he's drinking water out of his bowl. Zeus, can you not? He's so rude. So I guess I'll just keep going with my list. Pardon my rude dog. 2 marshmallow flurries. To me, there's a lot of like people having very strong opinions on that hand soap. To me, it's not marshmallow fireside in a hand soap form, and it's not marshmallow fireside with lavender vanilla. To me, it is just lavender marshmallow in hand soap form, and I love lavender marshmallow, so that's why I'll be picking 2 up. 4 candy cane bliss in the gentle foaming, again, because they only did candy cane bliss. So 4 of those. 2 of the coconut vanilla and the creamy Lux. They have that one year round. As part of like the signature hand soaps. I cannot believe him. He stood there for like a minute and a half just gulping down water. Buddy, you're gonna make yourself sick, bud. Well, I apologize for my rude dog. Good night. He's had water all this time. He could have chose any time to get water, and he has to do it now. Good night. So, and then after the 2 coconut vanilla and the creamy Lux, it's 2 cocktails and confetti in the creamy Lux. I don't smell too much fizzy, so those would probably be the first to go, but I'm hoping to smell it again, and if it does smell more fizzy, I will be picking those up. So that concludes my whole SAS wish list / tips for SAS. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you're hoping to get for SAS. Are you going in for 3 wicks specifically, and that's all you're getting? Or are you going in for like body care only, that's all you're going to get? Or are you going to be like me, where you're getting a lot of home fragrance and a few little hand soaps or potential body care items here and there? Or are you just going to get SAS as a whole? Just let me know what you're planning to do. So that's it. I'll be coming back to you Christmas Day Eve. Hopefully, I'm not for sure, but it might be before then. But I'm hoping to get it done then. So yeah, I guess that's it. So this is my SAS wish list written down on paper. 3 wicks. Good night. What was that? That was just all up on my roof too, really? I apologize, because I don't know what in the world that was supposed to be. Okay, so here are my tester candles. There are my 3 wicks. And here are the hand soaps I wanted to get. So, and I'm also going to have to be breaking this up. I'm going to go really crazy for the first day of SAS. But I'm also going to get more money in January. So I'm going to be doing a January semi-annual sale haul as well, for sure. Maybe 2. But definitely going to do some for December. Especially on the first day, I plan to, definitely get what I for sure want, or whatever I can that I want that's available. I'm definitely going to get that then as well. And it's definitely going to be an order of like tester candles is what I'm really going in for, as well as 3-wicks are kind of there up there as well. And hand soaps are just going to be like, okay, how many hand soaps can I get to a coupon value? I'm going to be breaking these up into multiple transactions, multiple stores as well, using my coupons. So that's it. 40 minutes long SAS wish list. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end my video off here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.